Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Julie and I like to talk about handbags here on this channel. And if you're not new and you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. I really appreciate all the followers and subscribers on my channel, and I just thank you guys so much for coming back to watch another video. So today I got an inspiration to make this video from a sweet YouTuber. Her name is Dory and her channel is All Over Dory. I'm going to place her YouTube name here in the corner of the screen. Check her out, she's fantastic. I'd have to say she's a little newer to YouTube, but her style and taste in bags is flawless. She has such a cool, funky style, and I absolutely love her videos. She has such an amazing voice just to listen to. I don't even have to watch her videos. I just listen to her voice and it's like a podcast. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna tag her video in the description below. The title and the theme of this video is about the 5 handbag realizations that I've made just over the course of collecting handbags. And I know that this is gonna be, I could go really, really far back, you guys, on all my handbag collecting, but I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of limit it to the time I've really been on YouTube, which has been since 2021. I have made a lot of changes. I have grown a lot when it comes just to what I'm liking in my bags, and just, you know, my styles have changed. And I really just wanna go over the 5 key points, basically, that I'm gonna go over with you today. So point number 1, I am a medium handbag girly. I like medium bags. I don't like tiny bags. I don't like oversized, huge, 40 centimeter bags to carry around for everyday use. I like to use just an everyday medium-sized bag. What does that size really truly mean to me? Well, I think about a 25 centimeter, like a Speedy 25 size. This bag is an example, the Ruby 25, definitely a beautifully medium-sized bag, which means I don't have to downsize. I can just keep all of my pouches, and I can keep my regular sunglass cases. I can carry everything I need, and if there's overflow, it can immediately also go into the bag. My Marc Jacobs, the tote bags in the size small, also again, super medium for me. The name is a small, however, this is medium. It can go crossbody also and not look overly bulbous and overly huge on me. I just think the main thing about it is I like, also with it being a medium-sized bag, I've also found myself realizing that I'm not a compartment person. Having all these little, Tetris pieces that we have to make sure fit into our bags. I would have to just say kind of an example of that would be the Rogue Top Handle by Coach. I have thought about buying that bag. It was actually on my wish list earlier this year, but then I quickly ruled it out because, it has one decent sized space, but then there's 7 other spaces. There's not 7, but you kind of catch what I'm getting, where each space has an SLG. Well, the bag is gorgeous, don't get me wrong. It's beautifully made, crafted, and everything, but I just don't think that that's a real usable bag for my lifestyle. I've figured out what I love, and it is just one big open pit. And it is kind of interesting that I have 4 of these in my collection, because this is kind of the epitome of that. And will I keep all my bandits in my collection? Look at all the compartments, you guys, and it's not much space. This is, to me, a compact small bag. Will I keep my bandits? I don't know. I honestly don't know if I'm gonna keep them forever. I hate to let these go because they are so gorgeously made, and I feel like I bought them at fair prices. Especially my blue one, that color, I cannot get over it. This color is stunning too. So I don't know, but I just was gonna say that the medium bags really just work best for me, and that's something I've realized. Another thing that I have realized, just going through my changes in my bag collecting, Back in the day when I collected a lot of Louis Vuitton, most of my pieces and most of my bags were in that brown monogram colorway. And since I have basically stepped back from buying Louis Vuitton now, I've noticed that I have tons of color now in my collection. And that's been great. Like, I really, really enjoy adding colorful, basically the colors of the rainbow all over my handbag closet. A prime example is this dark lime Coach bag. So I have quite a lot of green bags in my collection. I absolutely love blue. It's one of my favorite colors of all time. And red, actually. Back when I had a high-end designer collection where I had mainly monogram bags, I would like jump for joy if I added one pop of color in my collection. Well, and that was then, but this is now. I do have a lot of brown bags, but because I'm not spending a ton of money on handbags anymore, I can allow myself to have a multitude of colors. And therefore, I tend to actually pick out my handbag, like the color of the bag first, and then center my clothes around it. I know that sounds kind of strange-ish, but I do tend to dress around a bag. And I do dress pretty neutrally though. Like today I'm in a brown pair of trousers and a black shirt. Well, this bag completely could go with that. So I am just kind of a neutral clothes wearer in general, and I love to add lots of varieties of color with my handbags. It's just something that I think can set off a full outfit look. And I just love that. I love that there's a lot of personality that can be brought into an outfit with our handbags, and bringing in lots of color, not a whole lot of prints. I'm not into printed bags so much. When I select a handbag, if there's a print on a bag, I'm usually not buying it. However, if there is, a bright neon green bag, I'll consider it. I know that sounds crazy, but to me, it's more matchable to an outfit than something with a print on. Okay, and this one's not gonna come to a surprise for anybody because I've talked about this like in my last Q&A, and then I've made a whole entire video about this, but I'm just not into high-end luxury bags anymore, and I've switched mainly to enjoying the contemporary brands in my collection. And I've given lots of reasons why I've done this. One is just carrying something that expensive around. I just don't necessarily feel safe doing that. I am in the public, not necessarily in the best parts of town. Sometimes when I'm working, sometimes I keep my handbag in my car. Do I want to keep a $2,500 bag in my car when I'm showing houses? No. And if my entire collection, or even most of my collection, is made up with bags that are even $1,000 or more, I just feel like that's just putting myself at risk for theft in general. And then just the overall way it makes me feel. I just feel like I have a little bit of, I want to be a little bit of a rare bird is what I'm saying. Like, I just enjoy not blending in with a lot of people. Around the area where I live, I do see high-end designer bags everywhere. And it's just like, okay, there it is again. And it just, good for them. If that's exactly what they want to do, fine. Like, that's their prerogative. But, I'm just expressing to you why I'm just more into contemporary now. I feel like I can just have a little bit more of an identity to myself. Selecting bags that aren't in the mainstream, like these are the same 10 high-end luxury designer bags that you're seeing all over YouTube and in the streets. So there's that topic. And then just overall cost and just trying to save money. I mean, for my kids, for myself, for my future, I just don't want to have so much money tied up into very expensive handbags anymore. And that's probably piece number one out of all of it, is just, I would rather spend my money on other things. So there's that point. And if you want to watch the video that's in full depth detail about this topic, I'll link that one down below. It was put out about 7-8 months ago, and I really go into depth about that a little bit more. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold too, if my voice sounds a little harsh. Okay, Number 4 is my favorite style of handbag that I have discovered, and this is as of now, is Satchels. I've been doing the Satchels September, and I've been buying a lot of these types of bags. Case in point, I just purchased this bag and I just revealed it on my channel in my last video. This is the Dooney & Bourke Medium Male Satchel, a fantastic bag. So basically I bought this bag to be like a sister complement to this bag. And this is one of my ultimate top 3 bags in my collection by far. My mini chestnut Dooney & Bourke Florentine satchel. I wanted this one so I wouldn't wear this one completely out. So, and then this one's a slight bit bigger and they weigh about the same. So there's that. If you guys want me to do a comparison video comparing any of my satchels, basically regular size mini to the medium male satchel, put it down below. I'm happy to do that. The silhouettes are quite different. And then the sizes are much different. Like the medium male satchel is obviously a little bit bigger, but yeah, I know. I just really have found that satchels are my favorite, probably over flat bags, definitely over totes. And I just find that I like the multi-carry usage of a satchel. I do love that this has, I love to carry bags like this. Like that's my deal. And I love handles. I love grab handles, which a flat bag doesn't have. And a tote has long handles. So I like the short handles. I like the strap. I like the fact that I can wear it crossbody shoulder, all the different ways of carrying a bag. It's absolutely perfect. And that's just my favorite style. And I think they look adorable on. They're just, easy everyday bags. But a flat bag has its purpose. And I definitely think flat bags can be everyday bags, 100%. And not all flat bags don't have top handles. I would say that. Like, the Paris 15 by Dress Up Your Purse, gorgeous. It has a top handle and it's a flat bag. And, the Pochette Matisse, every other bag that's kind of that similar look. No, I just find that my favorite style of bag now is a satchel. And hell, could that change next year and I go to loving totes? Potentially. Or a shoulder hobo style. There's that style too. But I think for a long time standing, I've really been a satchel person. One of my ultimate favorite bags back in the day that I used to wear was my Speedy Bee 25 in the Damier Ebene. I wore that thing all over the place. I would not change out of that bag for like 2 months. And this was kind of right before I started doing YouTube, I'd say. So no, I do feel like that's probably my favorite style of bag. Okay, the last and final realization that I've made, and I will probably get some hate for this, and this is just kind of as of recently, the last few months, is now I've decided that I'm just not going to give in to the hype. I'm not going to give in to the hype of an oversaturated on the market bag, to buy it, to try it, to review on YouTube anymore. There was a point in my YouTube career many times that I would buy a bag based on hype to review it, yes, to get some views. I'm not going to lie, every YouTuber probably does it. And I shouldn't say that, like a generalization, but hey, we'll call it what it is, because I think there's a lot of times where maybe once or twice as a YouTube reviewer, you're buying a bag that's really, really popular just to see what it's like, because you want to find out what the hype is even. So I think that time of my life is gone. I just am getting too old to keep up with trends. It would be exhausting and very not cost effective if you think about it, because if you buy something and then in 6 months it's not even the cool it bag anymore, then you're trying to find a new home for it. You mainly bought it just based on hype, and here we go again. Like, we're in a vicious cycle. So I'm not going to be doing something like that anymore. But yes, many times I was buying bags based on hype, and I'm trying to give an example of bags that I was doing that with. potentially like the Cassie 19. I think I bought and sold all my Cassie 19s based on hype. Now, this bag in particular, this bag went through like a 3-week phase of being badass and cool. But you know what the thing is I bought this kind of based on the hype, based on the sale mainly. And it turns out I love this bag. And that's kind of cool. I mean, but I guess the whole point I want to say is that I'm just going to be not carried into those hypes. It's another reason why I've been really kind of enjoying just looking at more like vintage Coach again, kind of like the Coach around the time period when I started to get into Coach, which was like 07, 08 time period. I've been looking at those bags again because I kind of miss them. They're nostalgic. And then the other brand that I'm loving is Dooney. This style has been around, I don't know, since 04, and they keep making it. There's no hype that has just been springboarded in our face in regards to this bag. It's been classic. So I don't know. I just am at a point now where I am good to go with what I've got. I feel more content with my decisions and my choices. So, but I think social media plays the biggest role into the hype. The TikTokers and the Instagrammers who are kind of like, check out this new Empire bag, blah, 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 blah. Not saying that that's a bad bag. It's just not for me. And I'm not going to buy a bag based on hype just to review it, to sell it, or even to return it, because I won't do that. So, okay. I'm sorry I kind of ranted right there, but it's just something that's always been kind of nagging at me lately in the, bless you, Coach, but that's kind of what you're doing. And it's the case. So not saying Coach is bad or anything, because people are fanatical about Coach. I have 23 Coach bags, but that's just kind of where I'm standing at right now with the brand. And those are my 5 points that I would like to make with you about my handbag realizations. Thank you guys so much again for watching my videos. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate you so much. Have a great rest of your week and take care now. Bye-bye.